right, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. This is your pregame talk, my thoughts, and then we'll do Q&A. Yeah, we'll do that. I think that this game right here is just a game. Nothing to really look at it and say, well, it's pivotal and everything, like I've been saying all of this week, but it's just a game. I think that we need to establish a tone. We need to establish a set of a sense of urgency, of course, but we need to put something together. Now, when you look at the offensive line, we got a whole list of offensive linemen that we really don't know. Right now, our weakness, let this sink in, our weakness from the offensive line is our only strength. Connor Williams, he was our weakness, Now he's depicted as, hey, he's our strength right now. So that's what we're up against right now, and that is what we're facing. Tyler Biadasz, we're glad that we drafted him. Shout out to the Eagles for giving us that draft pick right there because they allowed us to move up to get him or what have you. So Cam Irving, ooh, Cam. He's going to be out there as left tackle. Terrence Steele, and I ain't talking about the reserve. So it's one of those things, man. Let me see where. Shout out to you, Raheem, man. We're in here. Let's go. Let's get it, Law. Yeah. My thing is, Cowboy Nation, when we look at the total picture, when we look at everything from A to Z, when we say to ourselves, how can this team show us anything? And the major focal point, as you guys can see my thumbnail on the YouTube, is Ezekiel Elliott. I don't care who else. Ezekiel Elliott. I didn't know. I know COVID was contagious, but for dog sure didn't know fumbleitis. He got the fumbleitis. I don't know how he can really change his mind, but he got to figure out a way. He do. And just right, I see you, Sheila. Appreciate you. Hey, Sheila. Really appreciate you so much. One of the mods there and major supporter of the channel. Really appreciate you, Sheila. We could do score predictions as well. Shout out to you, Angel. What's up, Law? What's up with you? My thing is Iron Man. I love that name, fam. Here's my situation. We know what Andy Dalton is, right? We know who he is, right? We know what he brings to the table, right? He's a quarterback, and let me know the weather too of over there in Washington land, whether or not it's going to be rainy, muggy, soaky, wet, all that stuff. But we know who Andy is. Andy is a guy that comes from a West Coast system. Andy is also a guy who have close to 10 years of experience in the NFL. So he should know how to prepare himself to play on the road. We do know that we got the sample size last week on a Monday night, and we kind of felt that it was going to come anyway, right? And it's right because his primetime record have not been the greatest, right? His primetime record already revealed that, hey, he struggles in primetime. He have issues in primetime, for your mind, by the way. So now what we want to see is, can he change all of that around? Can he move all of that out of the way and say, okay, this is a noon game. It's no prime time. It's no bright lights in my face. Shout out to you, Richard, man. Thank you so much for the donation to help elevate the nation, man, to help me supporting this thing, man, so we can get better sound, better equipment, better light, better everything. He says, hello, Law. God bless. Stay safe. Go Cowboys. Yes, indeed. God bless. And thank you so much for help elevating the channel with your donations and your love and adulations for that. So we look at it like this. Can this team find a way, just an inch, just a bead of light in the tunnel and continue to drive forward? This remind me so much of 2018. I started to go all the way back and start reading all of the conversations and everything, even the articles that was written, and everybody written off this team. We was 3-5, and I know we don't have the mighty Dak Prescott on our side, but this kind of got this type of vibe going. Although we're 2-4, But sometimes in a moment like this, a pivotal moment like this, when you're down, when you're out and everybody counting against you and everybody's saying that you can't do this and you can't do that. And I know that the Washington team, they probably saying the same thing. There's probably be a Law Nations over there saying, hey, hey, it's been since the 90s since we haven't done anything. And we had these sparks and we had that spark and we had this year, we had a new coach, we had high expectations and we got the best front four in the NFL, especially after week one. Everybody started looking at that. They probably be saying the same thing. But what we got to do is say to ourselves, yes, this is a rivalry game. And if we can stack one win on top of each other, lo and behold, anything is possible. Flat out, anything is possible, man. Shout out to you, Alex, man. Thank you so much for having a donation over here to help elevate the nation. He says, let us not forget, we have a young war daddy coming back. And he's hungry. He's hungry. You gotta be hungry, right? and I think that the young war daddy is hungry. He's been cast out of the league. He's been vilified for smoking a plant, for crying out loud. He's been one of those guys when you look at it and you say to yourself, how? This guy, he's been vilified. He's been cast out. He's been put down on the ground. And he came out on record. He's been transparent saying, hey, I battled through bipolarism. I battled through this. I battled through that, right? And we see a guy named Antonio Brown right back in the league just like that. It don't equal right? Right back in the league. We could pull up tape where this guy cussing out the officers, doing all type of nefarious things, farting in the face of the doctors, doing all type of crazy stuff, But you won't see one video of Randy Gregory doing those nefarious things, right? I digress, man. So I agree, Alex. We got this guy coming back named Randy Gregory, wears number 94. Maybe, just maybe, they can look at this front four and say, okay, we love you, big dog, Everson Griffin. We love what you bring to the table. We love what you did over there in Vikings land. We love maybe that 1 or 2 games that you showed some flashes here. But everybody have a reason. But results are what matter. And lo and behold, the results right now doesn't equate you playing more snaps than this guy, right? Right? Go Cowboys. Yes, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. We have not seen what Andy can do yet. Yeah. And sometimes, it takes the quarterback time to get the little jills out of him, and I know is sitting there like, man, dog, he's a veteran, bro. He's supposed to been had those legils out of him, Melissa, what's good? She says, hey, what's up? Go Cowboys. Thanks for your info. Really appreciate you. Let me see what Brandon have to say over here. Earl still sitting at home. What the heck, Let me sip my coffee on that. Let me sip my coffee. It's good. All right, so my thing is with the Earl Thomas situation. And you can look at the Earl situation and you can look at maybe Tony Jefferson's out there, the Eric Reed of the worlds, and whoever else may be out there that can help this team out. The Dallas Cowboys have a preconceived notion that they love who they got. There's a famous song by Luther Vandross that says, love the one you with, and they really listen to that song and they love the one they with. Let me know if that titling is right. Love the one you with, ride the horse you rode in on, all of that stuff. They really took that verse and they applied it to their everyday life cycle. Sometimes I just say, man, I wish I can just try for the Cowboys, many of years ago, because I'm too long in the tooth now. And somebody in the Jones administration loved me, and they'd just say, hey, let's give him another year. Let's give him another year. Let's give him another year. We believe in law, right? So they love the one they with, right? That's just what it is. But back to Ezekiel Elliott, top of the morning, Law. Yes, Harold, really appreciate you. One of the top supporters over there on Facebook, man. Really appreciate you so much, Harold. Here's the situation. I'm doing it like this. The reason why I say Ezekiel Elliott, this game got to focus around him, regardless of the offensive line, because people can't use that argument and say, well, Dak Prescott, I'm going to go down that way. They use the argument, well, Dak Prescott need an offensive line. He need everything around him in order for that thing to work, right? Newsflash, I guarantee you, Barry Sanders looking at this offensive line saying, yeah, you guys got a Tyler Biotis that was an investment. Was he like a third or fourth round pick, or I think moved up to the fourth or something like that? That's a high end pick for an offensive lineman. Oh, you guys got Connor Williams? I wish that Detroit would have invested in the offensive line like that. Give me that offensive line. Look, everybody have a reason, but results are what matter. You paying this guy $90 million. I know if the offensive line cave in on him, at least he still got to be able to hold on to the ball, right? Fumbleitis, he got to find a cure for that, because we got to have our star players to make plays. Oh, hello, Amari Cooper. You got to play hard today. That's the team that was willing to give you more money than what you're making now. So at least show up and show out today, right? Against the team that was willing to pay you more money. My dog KMT, what's good? I see you. Ezekiel, the main man. Elliott, the path of the righteous man, right? Right. And we're going to be live streaming the show today. It's going to be me, Big Game James, Skywalker Steele. We're going to do the play-by-play. So you guys stay tuned in, stay locked up and ready. And especially join their page, the Skywalker Steele page, the Dallas Cowboys Network, and Big Game James page, Silver and Blue Nation, baby. Yeah. TA says we can't, Law. He's mentally not here right now. But I just got to give him a chance. I got to give Ezekiel, the main man, Elliott, one more chance. We got to. Because if he fumbled today, I did a show earlier this week with Candace, and she was talking about, hey, when you get mad at somebody, you call out their whole name, Ezekiel Elliott. But if he fumbled today, you guys going to be hearing me saying Ezekiel Elijah Elliott, because that's his full name. That's his whole government name. So Ezekiel Elijah Elliott, before we start giving you nicknames, don't fumble the ball today. That should be in the mental mindset of Ezekiel. And I can tell you, sometimes, you got to switch it up, Ezekiel. Maybe a new haircut. Maybe take the nose rings out. Maybe take the sleeves out. I recall, Odell Beckham. I call him Odella, but shout out to Odell Beckham though. When he went to the Browns or what have you, he said, "Look, let me reshape my image." Not saying that he's a Pro Bowler right now or anything, but let me reshape my image. Let me cut my hair off. Let me do something different, right? Sometimes you got to switch it up. All right, so somebody says they're nervous. Let's see what we got over here. Sniper, I'm nervous. I feel like A. Gibson is going to run through us on our defense. Yeah. All right, let me pull up their situation. They got a guy named McKissick and A. Gibson. McKissick was the guy that had a bulk of the carries last week against the Giants. He had 41 yards, and they have a split back feature. And, of course, when we look at it from these factors, yes, you can say that Gibson is a dog too, because he's one of those guys that can run in between the splits, capture the edge there, and he can get you there. So those two guys right there, the two-back running back situation, it's good for them, right? It's good for them. We want to win today. This Tony, look, I tell people, as long as it's a football game on, and we have this notion that certain teams, no, it's still any given Sunday. It's still any given Sunday. Here's my guy Sling over here. Let me see what Sling talking about. Nice avatar there, by the way, Sling. I'm going to have to start. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to start giving away, some stuff for those who have the best avatar. So right now you got to get you top of it, Sling YT. Law, you're ready to see players falling and slipping. Oh, my goodness. Well, it was one game that they wasn't ready for it, right? It was one game this year that I was like, hey, they got to change their cleats. They got to walk around. And that stadium over there in Washington Land always been crazy. There's always been places where people get stuff snapped up and stuff like that. Hopefully, let me knock on wood. Hopefully nobody gets snapped up out there. But yeah, they got to check out those clicks. If I'm the wide receiver, I'm trying to run, plant my foot and cut real quick to see whether or not the ground is not going to give or not. Shout out to you, man. Clout. You must be what you call that? Football team. I almost said the other name, but I don't want to be disrespectful to any Indians or Native Americans out there. So, yeah, the football team. Let's see what we got. William Williams, man. We can't afford to fall behind those Philadelphia Smeagol's. That's a good nickname for them. I can't stand those Smeagol's, although they can sit back now. And just think about it. The NFL thought that they were slick anyway. They're going to give the Eagles all of that break. And let's say, for example, if we didn't, have the injury to Dak Prescott. See, they was going to try to preference it by having a healthy Carson and a healthy Eagles team to come into to play that on Sunday, right? Because they got all of this time. They can sit back. They eating their oodles and noodles. They eating their popcorn. They sitting like, oh, yeah. They sitting back because they at the edge of their seats right now. They want to see whether or not what the Cowboys are going to look like, right? They sitting there looking, eating their oodles and noodles and popcorn right now, drinking their beer, fighting each other. And they looking at this game. They watching this game. Trust me, they watching this game because if, and I'm using the operative word, if Carson Wentz is elite against this porous defense, he should put up 400 yards, right? He should have a 455-yard game, right? Right? This Washington D-line is dangerous. Good stuff, Law Robert. Yeah. They one of those defensive fronts that we can't give them a beat of confidence. But what if I told you, like ESPN 30 for 30? If I'm any of those guys, I have a lot of confidence going up against Cam, Connor, Biotish, Connor again, Terrence Steele. And I ain't talking about Steele Reserve. So they got confidence. We know that. They got a whole heap of confidence. Ben DiNucci is the GOAT. Come on, Martin. Now, I got some, God bless me with some photographic memory. I recall you saying, Martin, go Eagles, so I'm not going to take your word, but Ben DiNucci, he's okay, hands off to Elliott, right side. Elliott, he's his longest run of the season, and he fumbles. Twitch. Zinkic. Oh my goodness. Here's the situation with that. We saw that. It was against the Browns team. It was his biggest run. He ran to the right side, by the way. It was Terrence Steele there, and we was like, oh, Ezekiel Elliott's gone. He's gone. And it's Fumbleitis, Fumbleitis, all those fumbles things, man. Greg Berry says DiNucci is the GOAT. The JMU on, right? GOAT. My thing is, even with Ben, when you look at his tape, especially, his highlights, his highlights are so Lamborghini-like, it's so, he got a lot of moxie, he got a lot of jazz, he got a lot of I guess, dog in him off the highlights alone. You would say, man, why is this guy is not drafted in the first round, right? Whoever crafted the highlight, just type in Ben DiNucci's highlight on YouTube, and you would think that this guy can walk on water. Matter of fact, he can probably walk on air with his highlights, right? If you look at Ben DiNucci's highlight, and you look at it and you say, man, this guy right here, why is he drafted in the latter part of the end of the actual 2020 draft season there? Let me see. I got a message right here. Okay, good. All right, so I'm gonna do like the old big Bill Parcells says: don't anoint him. Do not anoint him. And course, he's still tiny right now, and he's still fragile and frail, and he is still a guy that have to learn the system. What we would have liked to see from Ben DiNucci, if the world was right, if they had everything going right, we would to love to see him in preseason, right? Come rock with me, nation. We would love to see him in the pressures of the preseason. We would to love to see him go through his progressions in preseason. We would to love to see him go through a level of difficulty in preseason before we say, okay, let's anoint him, because we've seen this before. Newsflash. Y'all remember Cooper Rush? Oh my goodness. Look, I can tell you this. Y'all remember what's this guy named? He's calling the offense now, Kellen Moore, in preseason. Preseason tape alone, you'd think that Kellen Moore, to Rico Gathers at the time, is unstoppable. Kellen Moore would drop back, that left hand, go through his reads. Whew. Rico would have like a Hall of Fame type of game. But it's preseason, right? We put him in a real game. He folded up like one of those lawn chairs. And of course, Cooper Rush, I remember vividly, people were like, hey, see, Cooper Rush, he's better than Dak. Put Cooper in there. Put that red rifle in there. Y'all remember that? Let me know if y'all remember that, right? Akeem says, shout out to my dog Akeem, major supporter over here on YouTube land as well. He says, Big Ben DiNucci will probably get some action today. He probably will. But, man, it'll be crazy. All right, so I got like 15 minutes left in the show before we start prepping and setting up for the pregame deal. Well, this is the pregame for the actual, play-by-play series. But what I would like to do right now is I did it the other day, and you got about about 3 or 4 minutes on the call or what have you. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to jump in. Now, in order for you to jump in, you got to have good internet, right? You got to have good Wi-Fi speed. You can't be on McDonald's Wi-Fi right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to post a link right here. And with that link, you can be part of the show. You can jump in, spit your mind, spit your thoughts, spit what you got on your heart, soul, and sinew and beyond, right? And you can be a part of this show, man. And that's what I'm giving you guys an opportunity to do right now. So let me know if you want to jump in, if you want to be one of those people to be a part of the show. And I really would appreciate it. Just the only thing I ask is, be respectful, of course. That's in everything you do in life, right? And let's see what we can do from here when you call it. Well, when you jump in onto the hotline for your mind. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, don't forget to put the score predictions down. Don't be catting it around here. The game is at 1 o'clock game day today for those who are way on the east side. But Texas time for your mind is 12. So I got an hour or so, give me some breakfast and, some nutritions in my system, make the beard hair grow and all those stuff, man. Yes, what's good with you, Facebook user? Appreciate you. Clifford, get the win today, Cowboy Nation. Yeah, get the win. All right, so let me post it again for those. I'm going to post it again. I'm going to put it right here for those who can't see. That is the link. That is the link right here, StreamYard.com to KENSUCCIA. Yeah. Whoever created that, it's like two can sucker. They StreamYard, y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that. 3530. All right, so I got Lawrence. I'm going to add you in now. I'm going to add you in, Lawrence. Talk to me, Lawrence.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, you're live like 95.
Hey, what's going on, Law Man? I just want to know, with the trade deadline coming up, with us in the mix for, a possible playoff spot, if Dalton doesn't play well, do we look to go get a quarterback?
I mean, yeah, that would be number one deal right there. Look to go get a quarterback. I do know we hear news and noise about Sam. Was it Donaldson? Sam Donald, I meant to say.
Yes, Sam Donald.
It'd be one of those situations where that's a crazy one, right?
Yeah. What about Fitzpatrick, man?
Oh man, I'd be beating down the door to go get Fitzpatrick because I think that he plays like Brett Favre. You know, he
Yeah,
plays like okay, I got weapons now. He's gonna launch that thing down the field, especially with CD Lamb, and I know the wide receivers will love it.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read somewhere that possible Matt Ryan out of Atlanta would be somebody that Jerry would look at because they're selling house right now. So
If you go with Matt Ryan, if you go with Sam, even if you probably go with any of those guys there, it will be a situation in a scenario that they would not sign Dak Prescott back. If you do something like that drastically, especially with a Matt Ryan.
you're right.
But that is something to think about. I'm gonna look at some more things about that. But what
Yeah.
else would you have for the show, Lawrence?
And then we hear, it's raining now. Is the running game really gonna step up today? Is we gonna have a good running game, or is this?
It's gonna be sloppy. You know is when it's a rain game and you got a front four that you're gonna play against. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
it's gonna. Why you had to tell me that, man? Now I got to change the whole thing up, man.
I know, man. I read the weather reports. We got a terrible line, and it's gonna be raining, and we got a running back who's fumbling and bumbling, and
Oh my
man,
goodness.
Lord,
Let me bring Drake on, man. But I really appreciate you, bro.
yes, sir.
All right. Oh my goodness, Drake, man, what's good with you, man? Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down. Talk to me, Drake. I'm gonna bring. I don't even know how to say your name, fam, but I'm gonna bring you in. Talk to me, fam.
It's Antonio.
Antonio, what's good?
Hey, hold on. 1 second.
Ah!
This is for Lyle.
Antonio, man, y'all play today? Do y'all play today?
I don't even know.
You don't know the Raiders.
I don't even know.
Oh my goodness, man! You don't even know, but you over here
I'm under a rock, bro.
Are you on the rock? All right, so what else you got? What you got for the show at least, man? Cowboys win, Washington win.
God.
Who gonna win?
God sent me here. God's gonna. I mean,
Uh-huh.
Cowboys 63-54.
Wow.
Cowboys 63-54.
In the raid. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for joining in to the show, bro.
Red Rocket bomb first.
Man, if that happened, man, I'm definitely gonna remember you now. Appreciate you, bro.
Red Rocket bomb first. God first.
Yes, indeed. The doggone Antonio, man. Hey, appreciate him, man, for jumping in, Cowboy Nation. So, I'm gonna send the link out again, and for those who want to jump in, be a part of the show. Let me see what time it is. I still got enough time. I still got 10 more minutes left onto this groove right here. So I'm gonna post the link again. There were some good people to jump in. Now, if the same people jump in, then I might give them, a double back. But I really appreciate everybody for this interactive show. That was Crunk. I mean, he came in from Raiders land. He said God sent him, Allah, Elohim. He sent him over here. So what a way to jump on in, Cowboy Nation. Isaac, what's good? You crazy, bro. He was hot. Yeah. Hey. Dude insane, man, but he's one of the viewers there. So, Law loves the viewers, right? Ben DiNucci has Aaron Rodgers feel to his game. Yeah, Nathan, I didn't want to say it. So since Nathan said it, that's when you pull up that highlight, you look up and you see a little Aaron, you see a little Romo, you see all of that. So, Hakeem says, I'm not going to put that up there. But this is the type of game that we might have, objectively speaking, TA Cowboys. This is the type of game we might see today. A sloppy, nasty, 17-16 type of game. I think that's probably what we might get today. A sloppy, nasty game. Hey, man, I'm going to post the link again, Cowboy Nation. Y'all want to jump in? Come on, jump on in here, man. Yeah, y'all jump on in here. We're gonna lose, Tez, with all of the reverse optimism. We're gonna lose. I like reverse optimism. Look. This we put bomb over Baghdad, 63-54. Antonio. Yeah, that's what he said. God sent him here, and if that happened, man, trust me. I'm going up forever. I'm gonna try to find your information. I'm gonna pin you up on the what do you call that? The Hall of Fame. On the Hall of Fame of the Hall of Fame YouTube callers, man, of all time, man. And we'll crap it up. We'll post you all through Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, MySpace, Black Planet, and Facebook and beyond, man. Sheila, what's good? Who wants to win it more? Yeah, I think we'll find out. We'll find out when the game hits. Let me see. I hope Tony can run the ball instead of Ezekiel Elliott laughing out loud. This should be a big game from a dog. Diggs, he's from the DMV area, from what I was told. So it should be a big game for him. I actually agree with you. Probably low scoring game. This is from Aaron. 8 more minutes. 8 more minutes. What we got over here? Rule Glock. That's one of my dogs over here. Mod, man, I really appreciate you. Appreciate all of the mods for regulating and holding things down. Your work is not going unseen, right? We see you guys working, grinding up. Law, straight up. Season is on the line today. Cowboys P. Is the P for player? Player. Let's see what we have here. Akeem. We need and want that W, yeah. And especially, it's like when we lose, or if we lose, or if it's a situation that we lose to the Washington football team, it's always feel crazy, right? Because it's an unnamed or unknown team. It always feel crazy. If you get a QB for this year, he is in Houston and the bench, AJ, Matthew. Let me know what you're talking about. Yeah, Sheila. I don't know. Y'all let me know if Sean Lee is playing today. I don't know. But I do know that Randy should play today. Yeah. The red water gun. Yeah, we need to win for Dak. Yeah. And he put it out there again. 63-54 B.O.B. Outcast. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Yeah. We need to earn the star back on the helmets. Cowboys up 100. Something drastic like that, if the Cowboys, it should be a ruling. Like if the Cowboys ever go on like a 4-game losing streak or like a 5-game losing streak, that that the star off the helmet should be removed, right? That would be dope if the NFL allows that. If they ever become like the Cowboys of not winning, just to remove the star off the helmet, that would be dope. That will be dope. Who we have? Sniper here. It's always important to beat our division rivals, yeah, because it goes deep in history, even if we're rebuilding mode, yeah. And that's why I never, ever subscribe to the notion of tanking. Let me repeat. That's why I never, ever subscribe to the notion of tanking, Cowboy Nation. I don't, because there's so many things that can go wrong mentally. And one of the battle cries for the start of this year was the fact that, okay, quote unquote, you don't want to destroy the chemistry by adding said player or adding a certain player, right? So I never, ever want to be a team that would look at it like, let's tank. Because what happened here, unless everybody on that particular team will, not play the following year, because what happened with defeative mentality, when you try to lose on purpose, that seeps down into not just your mind, but in your heart, Now, there's a thing called organically tanking, meaning that when you run a Reggie Robinson out there, and he'd probably be better than what we got with a Worley right now. Shout out to the Worley, though. But when you run out there, you refuse to go out there and make certain acquisitions or what have you, and they are out there ready to get picked up, then you can organically tank. And, if Cooper so happened to be out or what have you, but he's ready to play, he's eligible to play, and the coach is like, nah, we're gonna hold you back and sit you down this game, then that's organically tanking because now you're not putting the best out there. But I always believe putting your best foot forward. I always believe that always leave with a puncher's chance, leave with a mindset of saying, okay, let me get through this. You know, I'm not having a bad day. You know, I'm just having a slow day. I'm going to figure it out, you know. And if I fall, they say fall. When you're falling, try to land on your back because if you can look up, you can get up, right? I always have those thoughts in my mind. I always have that thought that even if I'm unemployed or don't have a job or what have you, tomorrow can be my phone call. You know, I always have me a suit ready, you know, pressed, iron clothes, you know, so I could be ready for the interview. They might call me and say, hey, the other 3 people called in sick. They can't do the interview. You was last on the list, but we thought we'd give you a shot. So that's why I always say it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. We need to pull from the Jets to win so we can get our first pick. Yeah, Mark, man, I feel what you're saying. Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Let me see what we have here. I hope Dalton had a lot of practice with our receivers. He has an arm to throw. It looked like he was nervous the last game against the Cardinals or bad plays. What he got to do is when you look at Dalton's mechanics, he's a rhythm type of quarterback. So you got to get him in rhythm. The problem is, and I'm not trying. Let me see if I can do this right quick. Yeah, it's good. Yes, it's my dog Chad. My thing is this, and I'm not throwing Kellen Moore under the bus. I'm not. But when you look up Kellen Moore, you know that he started his career helping out Dak Prescott. So he's comfortable helping out Dak Prescott. So when you bring in somebody, dare I say, with more experience, more knowledge than he do, you know, just be real. Andy Dalton probably got more experience, more knowledge, more playing time, all of that stuff than Kellen Moore. He does, right? So when you try to elevate somebody that knows it already, it's hard sometimes. It's just flat out hard sometimes. So when you have doubt, when you have second thoughts, when you have those mindsets to say to yourself, man, this guy's telling me to do something that I know he ain't comfortable telling me to do it. I'm going to change it out myself. That's what we experienced probably last week. And on top of that, with the rhythm aspect of it, I think that when you look up the offense, we can say what Mike McCarthy is saying, but the reality of it is that this is not a West Coast offense. I'm seeing too much vertical routes, deep concept routes that takes longer time to develop in order for that to happen, and they're not getting out quick. It don't matter how quick you get the ball out if somebody's running a deep 9. You see what I'm saying? It just how it goes. Sluggo routes. You know, you're not going to be able to get that ball out quick because they got to go through the progressions of their route. So I'm thinking that if you bring in a coach like Mike McCarthy to call the plays through and through, he can have better systems set up for the young Andy Dalton. Let me know if I'm wrong, Cowboy Nation. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me put it again. Dalton the Savior. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see over here. Yeah, I got some more messages here. All right, so it is 11 o'clock, Cowboy Nation. All right, so I got to go and grab me something to eat, replenish, and be ready for this 3-hour stream. I really appreciate everybody that's tuned in, that's watching. There's a share icon on Facebook. Hit that share button. Yeah, that helped the channel grow in so many ways. Hit that share button. Let that friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk. And if you're on my YouTube, if this is your first time ever watching and seeing me on this wonderful illustration right here, subscribe. Yeah, you hit that subscribe button. And then there's a thumb up, thumb that thing around, and there's a share icon there. Share it to your neighbor, share it to your dog if you want to. Even if you don't like what I'm saying, share it to the dogs, man. Mark, I can see you, fam. Can you see me, Mark? Yeah, I can see you. Clifford Washington. Shout out to you, man. Law, you're absolutely correct. Call the game 1 p.m. Dalton. We'll be faulted. All right, Daryl Ford, you already know, man. I can't leave without the fire. I say a prize fighter, even when he's down, he continue to swing blows. And you guys might want to write this down. When you're up against your struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer, see it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, running from it will not save you. Cowboy Nation, just think about this. We're not facing something new. We're just facing what other legends have met. Head high, eyes through the finish. See this thing through, Cowboy Nation. I believe if the hearts of the leadership that's in the confines of the locker room, if they instill or install that into the fabrications of their mind, man, nothing will be impossible for those guys to do, right? But they got to have it in their hearts, right? They got to look at it and say, yes, a dog is down right now, but hey, I'm the next dog in charge. I'm coming out 10 times stronger and better. Oh, this is an opportunity for me. Mama, TT, and Pookie and Ray Ray, I'm on TV now. They giving me the chance and the opportunity to play for the America's team. They said that, hey, you can't go 100% of the 100% of the time, but I'm finna make that falsehood right now because I'm given the opportunity to play on national TV. Mama, Pookie, and Ray Ray, look at me. I'm number what and what. You know, I'm on TV. I made a play. I caught an interception. I ran it in for the touchdown. They said I would never make it. They said I'm at the bottom of everybody's list. But when they look up, they see me. I exist, baby. So that's what the Cowboys organization should be about. It shouldn't be about how difficult the moment is. It should be how proud of the moment it is. How wonderful a chance and an opportunity. Man, y'all ain't going to like me here today, but I'm preaching. But it's an opportunity for me to learn something difficult because I can take that and use it and propel myself down the line. It's not about the coaching staff that don't know this and don't know that because I got the opportunity to make a play. That's one thing that you can't control, right? The amount of effort that you have in your heart, you can't coach that, but it's up to the individual players to look at this thing and say, I got the opportunity. I know that somebody would kill to be in my spot, would die to be in my spot, would do everything and anything to be the linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. I know somebody right now begging a scout to see them right now that can cover out in space, right? They got to have that type of mentality, right? Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong, huh? Let me see some more fire. Boy, if I had my music, man, just to think about if I had my music, because I'm going to have to figure out how to add the music in on this. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Give somebody an opportunity to make the play. Stop looking at this thing like, oh, Dak is down. Oh, Lyle Collins is down. Tyron Smith is down. Oh, no, just look at it like it's an opportunity for me to shine. I'm a multi-millionaire now. You know, I can become multi-millionaire if I can continue to execute my plays. Stop complaining, right, baby? That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. I'm out. Peace, baby. Let's